What is up, historians? Thank you for tuning in to Mana Rant episode 33, a historic podcast. We specialize in everything historic, including historic brawl as well. We are the Mana Dorks. I am your host, Michael Apollo, and despite some ill-fitted rumors, I am fine and healing well, both tops and bottoms. Yeah, you had to have seen last episode to know what that reference is. But next, this man was recently released from Tom Cruise's sex dungeon, Scientology jail. We have Hoshi.
He's just a misunderstood man, that's all it is. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. Old Maverick there. And finally,
That's
I'm
right.
not sure how, but more and more each day, I am loving his new nickname, Kitty Kitty Meow Meow. We have DrunkenDork.
So I'm just curious. You're healing on both up and down. Is it just relative to healing? I mean, is that like, how are you really looking? You know, like maybe you're just always messed up down there. You just constantly have a pink sock hanging out, you know, and it just you never. It's just that is healed. That is your life. You just accepted it.
Time will tell, my friend.
You better be careful. If it hangs out too much, Kitty Meow Meow is gonna start batting at it.
Oh God.
Gross, right. Dude. No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
We are the Mana Dorks, and this is episode 33. All three of us are back. 33s. We're rhyming in style here. And the way that our show works is through the actual phases of Magic. So we have our Untap, Upkeep, Draw, Main Phase, Combat, Main Phase 2, End Step, Cleanup, and Discard. Our main topics for tonight, as we have promised you, we're going to be talking about budget brews that you can go ahead and take into Historic Queue, climb that ladder, and then also with Anthology 4, being released by the time that you've seen this, we also have a couple new brews that we want to share with you guys. So please be sure to stay tuned to watch that. And then obviously we'll put in some time annotations if you want to skip ahead through the episode. But just like you start every single game of Magic, you start with your untap step. So that's where we crack some drinks of our choice and untap. So nothing special on my end, truly. Keeping it carb light,
Same.
but with some alcohols in mind. All right, our most famous little chemist over there. He's got baby's first chemist set. What are we brewing over there, Doctor or Mr. Wizard?
So this week is the Belvini. It is a singles malt Scotch whiskey, aged 14 years and matured in some rum casks. So I've been holding on to this one. Belvini is a super good Scotch, and I'm excited to open it tonight and give it a try.
Nice.
Cheers.
All right, boys. Well, let's cheers, and cheers to all out there, and
Cheers,
let's
everyone.
have a good episode. Okay. And after our untap step is always followed by our upkeep. That is the Reddit rant, and that is where our little Hoshi over there, instead of looking at images of Tom Cruise, he finds other interesting things because, he really honestly hates a lot of things about Magic. So Hoshi, tell us what we're going to rant about this week.
I can do both at the same time, by the way. Anyways. Yeah, that's right. I split my eyes. So this is Reddit Rant, and Reddit Rant is where I scour the internet for lunatics ranting about stuff, which is not hard to do because if you've played Magic for any time at all, you've probably been pissed off and screamed about something. I feel like that is just part of the game, and many people take with their frustrations to the internet and scream them onto Facebook and Reddit, and I enjoy finding them, and I think I got a pretty good one this week. It's a spicy meatball. So this is on Facebook, and it is on the Magic Arena MTG, which is a pretty good one, and this is from Karma Hitman Meta. And he starts off by the tagline on this one is just perfect for me. It was, everybody gets their rant post, here's mine. I was like, okay, great. Nailed it. All right, you get a Reddit rant, sir. I hate extra turn spells. That shit hits me at my core. Sultai Ultimatum decks run it, and I've seen some Simic ramp decks running around playing it. The dumbest shit to give 2 flyers to smack you with for a draw power off the Toski, which is that squirrel, the indestructible squirrel, which
squirrel.
Of all the things to complain about, I didn't think I was ever gonna hear that one get complained about, but here we are. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I want to be competitive. I want to compete. Take Magic seriously. Spend hours testing. Be passionate about it. Here's my opponent. Toski, ? Resolve? Okay. Extra turn spell with 2 extra threats. Draw a shit ton. Hit my next extra turn spell. Like, fuck, bro. I'm playing control. It feels like I tap out just once and I lose. Fucking stupid. Gets my blood pressure up so bad. Swear I'll have a fucking heart attack. Standard RN ain't strategy based. It's cheese. State cheese. I have the win. Got a response? No. All right. GG. Why bother?
If you laugh react, you're a bitch.
Yeah. If you laugh react, yeah, you are a bitch. Man.
That's good. I'm going to give this a nice laugh react. Right now.
Yeah. I did as well.
Yeah, might as well too.
Yeah. While we're at it.
My favorite is one of the admins was like, I laugh reacted twice. This guy is grumpy.
I love it.
Rant for sure.
Yeah, this guy, he played one game against them. This is definitely a Teferi avatar if I've ever heard one before. It's just like just roping every turn.
I don't know what deck this is. I mean, is he talking about like a Sultai Ultimatum? Do they play Toski with extra turns? Like, is this? I've never heard.
I guess
of this
so.
deck.
This sounds like this is standard. So I don't know what's going on in standard right now, but I guess
Toski's pretty relevant in standard. Yeah.
Is he? Okay. I guess ultimatums. You're able to get off ultimatums in standard. That must be nice. Can't pull that shit off in historic. It's a tough.
Standard's
that's a tough
like vintage, man.
Tough sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is hilarious. I get it, you know, like whenever I play Commander and people do extra turn spells, like it bothers me because, you know, usually they're going to be like, okay, now I'm just going to Dexterbate for the rest of the fucking game. You're like, fuck. But like in Arena, no, it's just like whatever, man. They take an extra turn and then they just do some other stupid bullshit, and you know that's the end of it.
Yeah, it's usually a lot of nothing that leads to nothing.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, agree. But everyone's allowed their rant, man, and you got yours.
I love it. You got to have the traditional bronze player comment, and we got one here where it's like when bronze players play control.
That's good. Excuse me, sir. You're in a Walmart.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, this one was great. I feel like this was just up my alley. Hey, and if you guys out there come across any rants like this one, or better or worse or whatever, send them my way. I love reading these things. They crack me up. I mean, I feel like kindred spirit with all these people from the times that I like scream into my computer and try and like flip my monitors, you know. So that was Reddit Rant, and that was our upkeep. So back to you, Paul.
All right, so now we go into our draw phase, and that's just what Magic formats and decks we've been playing this week. So I'm going to turn it over to DrunkenDork. What have you been doing in the world of Magic?
All right, so I'm going to try and move over to the text channel, and hopefully the video doesn't cut out, and it doesn't. Sweet. All right, so the reason I did that because I wanted to shout out to S'mores and Bacon. I forgot your name. He posted a deck, the Simic Flash deck today actually, and or yesterday, I guess technically. And I've been playing that today, and it was really fun. It's like Simic Flash is my shit, man. I fucking love tempo. Like I love that style deck. It's a lot of fun. I've been doing terribly with it, but it's still a lot of fun. Yeah, I've been losing for sure. And then Elves, Kafka, I'll shout him out too. He fucking made it to Mythic with Elves alone, and I'm not kidding. Nice. I've been getting so many fucking wins with Elves. Like, it is like, I play a deck and I lose. I play one of my shitty fucking jank decks, and then I lose. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play some mono green Elves. Play mono green Elves, and I fucking win like 3 games straight. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy how consistent and how good they are right now. They're really strong. Really good.
Yeah, they are.
Cool. What about you, Hoshi? What have you been doing?
The pain train continues, and I've been playing Dimir and just making people hate their lives. It is super good. There's so much aggro and just like tearing apart their creatures and countering their big spells and stuff. Just people get pissed and they just they scoop. And because every time I tried to play elves, and every time I do, they're like, how would you like to play nothing but control players? I'm like, well, that's weird. Because like best of one historic is like 99% aggro decks, but the second I queue up elves, they're like, how about 4 board wipes? I'm like, all right.
Yeah, take that.
I'm like, that's it. Dimir time. So I've been almost exclusively playing control this week and like milling people out and like just shattering their dreams with Ashiok. It's it's and I'm just like, yeah, it's good.
I knew it. I knew you love blue. I knew it.
Sometimes I do. Yeah. Shame. Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah. You are shamed. Playing blue and black, you damn hypocrite.
Yeah. It's true.
As for myself, I played with my EDH play group, and it was amazing. I had so much fun. It's really rare that we all can get together. There was like 9 or 10 guys there, and we're playing Super Smash Brothers.
Sounds like your kind of thing, dude.
oh yeah, love it. It was like an F&M event, you know what I mean? Like we had tables set up, we had the pizza, and I was playing, and I can't remember the card, but I was playing my Bugs deck, and people were kind of like working together because they know like the Locust God can go off, right? And there was an enchantment that was all tokens get -2/-2, so all my bugs were like completely negated, right? That's it. So I had the enchantment Vicious Shadows, to where anytime a creature leaves the battlefield, I can have Vicious Shadows do damage to a target player equal to the number of cards in their hand, right? Okay, so since all my bugs would die, I would just purposely draw a shit ton of cards. They would leave the battlefield immediately, and then trigger. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to have... How many cards do you have in hand? 7? All right, you're going to lose 7 life. Then you're going to lose another 7 life. You're going to lose 5. You're going to lose 4. And I was just like, they're like, oh my God, we have to remove our own stuff. And then focus on getting rid of your stuff again, So needless to say, I won that game. I'm super proud. I love that deck. Had a lot of fun. I did not have fun with Arena. I've been getting some glitches. I don't know about you guys out there. I don't know about you two, but I have been getting some weird fucking glitches. Like, have you guys had any kind of issues at all with Arena?
I mean, besides just the shuffler.
No. I do occasionally, but not like what you were saying.
So, Hoshi, you missed this, but I was telling Drunken in pre-production. So, yeah, the shuffler, I get no lands or I see nothing about lands. Yeah, I've complained about that enough. What I had was the opponent was taking a long time, and then Arena, glitched out. And then by the time it stopped glitching, it was already my turn. The timers were already wasted, and I had Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and Questing Beast out, and I was, well ahead on the board. and it skipped like my both main phases, and I just had to pass the turn. So I was like, wait, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently what happened was somehow my opponent must have used a removal spell, but the removal spell wasn't in his graveyard, and he removed Questing Beast, but Questing Beast wasn't in the graveyard either. It was still on the board state. So it would skip my combat. Because he was playing like kind of like a control-y strategy, so I didn't want to overextend. And I'm like, why can't I attack with Questing Beast? And it wasn't then till I realized, like, is Questing Beast not on the board actually? Because it wasn't in the graveyard. And it was
must have glitched.
Very odd. The huge, like, big glitch. I've never experienced that. If you guys have experienced something like that in Arena, let us know in the comments below.
Now I have seen that when my girlfriend's playing Arena on her phone.
I was about to ask, were you on your phone?
Yeah.
I was not.
Oh, okay, yeah, I had some weird glitches on the phone.
If I'm playing against people who are playing on their phone, is it causing those kind of problems?
Maybe.
That's possible, yeah. Because she'll get stuff where she can't attack. Like, you'll hit attack, and then it won't let you, like, choose. Like, if they have a Planeswalker or something, it'll just be like, nope, you can't, like, select the attackers. Like, you can hit attack. It won't let you do, like, attack all or whatever. Like, you have to select. It won't, you can't do anything. It's,
I'm playing on my PC, and my PC is pretty fast, but I don't know if it's because my opponents might be playing on mobile, because it will skip phases. Like, literally 4 turns in a row, it was skipping combat, and I had no idea why.
Wait a second. Wait, are you trying to tell me, Butler, that you don't have Arena on your phone?
No, I don't.
You run a Magic the Gathering Arena podcast, and you don't have fucking Arena on your phone? Are you kidding me?
Don't trust it.
What do you do? What do you do when you poop, dude? I play like 3 games of Arena. That's what I'm doing.
I'm researching decks to play on my PC. I don't play on my cool S21, dude. And I just dropped it.
Nice. Dude, you are just living your life completely. I mean, we already knew you were living your life completely wrong, but now you just like proved it even more, man.
I mean, I can't justify it yet until the bugs are like fixed and stuff like that. I can't justify playing something as difficult as Magic on a phone. Like,
play the play queue, dude.
I'm still skeptical on it. I'm still skeptical on it. Still skeptical.
See the play queue.
Dude.
Whatever. Play queue, dude. I mean, I have iPhone, so I can't play it.
Yeah, I mean,
clearly,
I give you
I'm getting some problems.
I give you a pass. Apollo, no pass. Nope. No, you're banned. Banned from the podcast.
Well, frustrations aside, let us know. Do you guys have any problems with Arena Mobile? And am I an idiot for not playing it on mobile? I think it should be played as close to as possible as tabletop, and that is at least the PC.
It should be played as much as possible. And, you should be doing it in your sleep, dude. While you're pooping, in your sleep, everywhere. While you're driving, who cares about the fucking laws, dude? Do it everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Fucking just hit, don't, pedestrians, whatever, man. Drag your car, knock a couple over, just get that win, dude. Get that fucking W.
Yeah, dude. Arena one hand, beer in the other, driving with your knee, being a responsible citizen. Yeah.
Wicked smart there.
Using that big brain there. Big brain.
Obvious sarcasm. Okay. Moving on.
All right, moving on. Let's go into our main phase, one of our main topics for tonight, and that is going to be the budget decks that we have promised to showcase for you guys. So this week, it's something that I have found via Reddit, MTG Historic Reddit specifically. It was posted by MTGA or MTG Anon 69. Oh, like Magic the Gathering Anonymous 69.
All right, everyone. So I'm going to take the reins on this because I really love Mono Blue, and I play it all the time, and this is actually a really cool build. I looked through it, before the podcast, and played with it a couple times. Because it's budget, it's super easy to build. Plus, I already had all these fucking cards because I play Mono Blue because I'm a piece of shit. And I'll start it off, it has a lot of the stuff that the regular Mono Blue has, like Spectral Sailor, Siren Stormcaller, Terramander, Brineborn, Cutthroat, Brazen Borrower, and then the odd one is Ascendant Spirit. I haven't played with this besides this deck, and I actually haven't played with it in this deck. I haven't got it because there's only one copy of it. The thing with this deck, this entire deck list, is there's 4 rares and 2 mythics in it, and that's why it is budget version. But yeah, so basically it has everything else with the instant sorceries too, like Curiosity, Curious Obsession, Lofty Denial, Lookout's Dispersal, which I fucking love this card, Miscast, Opt, Spell Pierce, Stern Dismissal, and then the other rare is Castle Vantress, and then Faceless Haven. And this is really the gem in the deck right here. This really does a lot of work, and when I played with this, I used this, and it is absolutely great because when you get board wiped or whatever, or someone takes out all your cards, it works really well in those types of situations. And I really like the fact that there's only 2 Spell Pierces in here because if y'all been playing the meta recently, there's a lot more opportunity to counter creature spells than there are for instants and or non-creature, I should say. And then we got a whole sideboard here, which I'm not going to go over. We'll put the deck in the show notes, so it's up to y'all if you want to play it to check this out. But what do you guys think? What do you think, Hoshi? You like it? You think it's a pile of trash?
No, I mean, well, I think mono blue is a pile of trash anyways, but I'm not a huge fan of the counter everything that your opponent does, but I do like the inclusion of the Faceless Havens in here. I think it's just a smart way to play any mono color. If you're playing a mono color, right, you have more variety with things that you can do with your lands. You can always side in some of these utility lands, and I think Faceless Haven is probably one if not the best utility land that you can side in right now. So yeah, I mean, it's powerful. It has vigilance, so you can use the mana afterwards too if you have some left over. So the Spell Pierce, I feel you. I think like goblins, it's completely useless against goblins. They run almost nothing except for maybe they run the horn. That's probably the only opportunity you have to hit anything with Spell Pierce against that deck, and everything else looks like pretty standard. The Ascended Spirit I have seen go off before, and if you have a lot of mana to pump into it, I think it actually could be good in mono blue, because if your opponent doesn't do anything, then you have a mana dump, right, where you can put that mana into the Ascended Spirit and still hold onto your counters or whatever. So I think it actually could be good. I mean, I don't play this kind of deck because I'm a decent human being, but I think it would be pretty decent in it.
No, you just play Dimir like the piece of shit you are.
Exactly. An absolute savage.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Apollo, I mean, you pulled this deck up. You've also been playing with it. What do you think? You think it runs well? You think it runs as good as the non-budget version? Because there's not a lot that you changed in here, I believe.
Yeah, so this deck is a brick house. This thing fucking frustrates Hoshis all over the ladder.
Yeah.
People get so mad when you counter everything and you maintain tempo. Something that I've made when I first started Arena was a blue tempo list, much like this one. And this budget version it's fantastic. Something that you can change would probably be what Hoshi mentioned, the Ascendant Spirits. I really like this card, but at rare, I don't know if you want to spend those wild cards. But having a mana dump for mid to late game is also really good. And the fact that we also have Faceless Haven for mid to late game against mid-range and control strategies when they wipe the board, this is just it's a powerhouse. This deck constantly has the beats, it constantly has card draw, and it has constant removal or counter spells. And that's something I think is completely relevant in this game, and it covers all those bases extremely well. What else could you add? I'm not really too sure. I mean, a lot of these cards are already commons or uncommons, maybe the sideboard, but you guys can look that up and adjust it on your own. But yeah, no, I've been having a lot of great success with this deck. I can like literally feel the frustration from my opponents because they're roping. They're super upset and just get mad anytime like I hold priority. But yeah, no, I absolutely love this deck. MTJ, like Anonymous 69 or whoever posted it, really good job on the list. Again, pretty standard for mono blue. I also will say as a final thought, I think going forward, definite mono blue and mono black should be running snow. They don't utilize a lot of colorless lands, so having access to the Faceless Haven, that is just it can't be countered. It has protection from board wipes typically because there's not like a lot of instant board wipes, so it can come out, do its beats, and then go right back as a land. So pretty sweet. Really like that. I would say definite mono blue or mono black should be utilizing snow and using Faceless Haven. So yeah, really great deck. Highly recommend you guys take it to the queue.
Yeah, what do you think, Douche? You gonna take this to the queue, buddy?
No. Not my style. Not my style, bro.
Well,
I like it when my opponents play stuff and then I take it away.
Dude, there's nothing better. There's nothing better than someone like, okay, time to win this game with this super spell, and you're like, counter it with my spell pierce, like a 1 mana spell. I love it. That feeling is so good.
There's the best feeling is when you go against this deck and then on turn 1 you drop Allosaurus Shepherd. And
that is a good feeling. I'm not gonna lie. That is also a great.
They're like, oh.
Yeah.
That's
I love that. Like that Hoshi just literally hates one color. Like this is just a mono color, mono blue.
No,
and you hate all.
I hate mono red too. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Unlike CGB, who claims to hate mono red and then like turns around and takes it to Mythic. He's like, "This is what I play to get to Mythic." Yeah.
Douche.
All right. Well, that was the budget mono blue snow tempo deck. So let us know in the comments below what'd you think about it. Take it out. Let us know your guys' results. Make any changes that you guys would make, let us know. So moving on from our main phase, we go into our combat, everyone's favorite game, and the game where I lose the absolute most, the horseshit card game. So, DrunkenDork, take it away.
All right, everybody. This is the horseshit card game once again. This is where I open up a pack of cards, which is Amonkhet, which is actually in Historic right now, which is great. And I pick out 3 cards, and then I make up a fake one, and I name all 4, and it's up to these 2 drunken idiots to figure out which one of those cards is fake. So I'm going to open this up, and all right, you 2 drunken idiots. How well do you know Amonkhet? Did either of you play Standard or anything during Amonkhet?
I did. I actually bought a box of Amonkhet. And it was like one of the stinkiest boxes I ever got. I got like all of the worst gods basically in it. I didn't get Scarab God or anything like that. I got like the Scorpion one, I think literally the only good card that I got out of that entire box was like one Nikki B, the GP. That was about it. I got that, and I was like, "Yay!" The rest of this is total trash.
Yeah,
terrible.
I wasn't playing Standard at that time, and I don't think I bought a box set of it either. But I definitely bought into it for Commander. But that's about it. I think definitely the Scarab God, because that card is amazing.
Oh, super good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all the gods are pretty sweet, I think. Well, for the most part.
Not all
Locust
of them. God. Yeah. Locust God, pretty cool. He's good for Commander. He's trash in pretty much everything else, unfortunately.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying they're good for everything. I think of whenever I get packs of cards, I pretty much only think of Commander these days. I do have a Legacy deck, but like, I mean, you can't play shit in the store anymore, right? Now it's just like all online.
Digital.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I have the 4 cards. Are you two drunken idiots ready for this?
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay. So the first one is Nimble Blade Kenra. It is 1 and a red for a creature jackal warrior at common, and it has prowess, and it is a 1/3. Okay. The next one is
What color was it? Sorry.
It's
what color was
it's 1 and a red.
Okay.
The next one is Catacomb Rodent. It is 2 and a black for a creature zombie rat at common, and says if one or more -1/-1 counters will be put on a creature, that many -1/-1 counters +1 are put on it instead, and it is a 1/2. The third one is Giant Spider. It is 3 and a green for a creature spider at common, and it has reach, and it is a 2/4. The final one is Labyrinth Guardian. It is 1 and a blue for a creature illusion warrior at uncommon. And it says when Labyrinth Guardian becomes a target of a spell, sacrifice it. And it has Embalm for 3 and a blue, and it is a 2/3. Those are the 4 cards. What do you think, Hoshi?
I think I'm gonna go with the Labyrinth Warrior.
Labyrinth Guardian. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Guardian, sorry. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Labyrinth Guardian. All right, Apollo, you drunken idiot. What do you got for me?
Labyrinth Guardian is something I was thinking of as well. Because I feel like Labyrinth would be more fitted to something from Theros or something like that.
That means it's wrong, probably, then, if he's thinking about it.
But the Nimble Kenra sounds a little suspect as well. I'm going to go with that one. The very first card, the Nimble Kenra or whatever.
Nimble Blade Kenra. All right. So we got Labyrinth Guardian and Nimble Blade Kenra. And boy, are you two fucking idiots. Because both of you two are wrong. All right, so...
Oh, God.
What, if you had a third choice, what would it be?
I mean, I guess the Scarab or the rat, I guess.
Yeah, it's the Catacomb Rat.
Yeah.
The Catacomb Rodent. Yeah, that is not a card.
Yeah.
I hijacked this one. There was a white card that was a 2/1. It's like, I think the same converted mana cost, and it was a human, and it said if one or more -1/-1 counters would be put on a creature, that many +1 -1/-.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, not +1, -1/-1. So like you couldn't get -1/-1 counters on creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I basically just reversed it. So
well, GG, dude.
I mean, dude, I'm on like
you're on a streak.
I win at something,
you
know? Like, fuck, dude, the rest of my life is just in shambles. So, at least I got this little tiny thing.
Good job, dude.
Yeah,
well, that
That's
was
true.
the horseshit card game. Let us know in the comments below. Did you get the card right, or were you wrong, like these two drunken idiots, Hoshi and I?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Cheers to you, DrunkenDork.
Yeah.
You're really getting it.
Yeah, you've gotten much better at one thing.
Yeah. So after our combat is always followed by our main phase 2, and that's where we have some new brews for Anthology Set 4. So the premise for this is, if you watched our set review, we're talking about the upcoming Anthology set. By the time that you see this, Anthology will be out, and we made some brews, right? We made some brews utilizing some new cards and stuff like that. So let's turn it over to Hoshi. I believe you're the one that has a deck that's made, and oddly enough, I think we went with the same color scheme, right? So Yeah, so why don't you take it away, explain your deck, and we'll talk about it for a bit.
Okay, so I immediately, when I saw the Anthology, the one that hit my jank heart just immediately was Harmless Offering, which is just such a random card. And so let's see, let's read the text on it. Harmless Offering is 2 and a red. and it's a sorcery. Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. So immediately I was like, what is awful to give to your opponent, right? Now 9 Lives comes to thought immediately because 9 Lives is a great card in some situations, right? If you get the combo, it's great. Mono red can do literally nothing against you if you acquire the Solemnity 9 Lives combo. However, if you're playing against an Ugin player or somebody who runs like the Skyclave apparitions and all that stuff, right? And they get rid of your Solemnity, it can be bad to have 9 Lives because it could end up killing you. So sometimes it's nice to have it. You can gain some life back, and then you can give it to them. But once you've given it to them, how do you get rid of it? Because it does have hexproof. Well, that's when you need some weird stuff, right? So in this deck, I am running a lot of destroy all enchantments. I'm running a Ruinous Ultimatum to destroy all of their permanents, which will destroy 9 Lives. I'm also running Ondo's Inversion, which is a land that will destroy all non-land permanents. That will also get rid of it. And then I'm also running the Land Blast Zone, which you can pump up to 3 and blow it up, and that will also get rid of it. So multiple ways of getting rid. Oh, and sorry, I forgot. I forgot. There's another one too. There's also where the Cleansing Nova, which can destroy all creatures, so you can use it as a board wipe if you need it, and you can also destroy all enchantments, so you can get rid of 9 Lives once again. So that's great. Now, what happens if I don't get 9 Lives, or if I don't have a way of destroying 9 Lives? Well, another great card to give your opponent that sucks really bad to get is Demonic Pact. Now, Demonic Pact is great when you have the first couple things on it, and then it has a couple different modes on it. So at the beginning of your upkeep, choose one that you haven't chosen yet. So you can have Demonic Pact deal 4 damage to any target, you gain 4 life. You can have a target opponent discard 2 cards, and then you can draw 2 cards. And then generally the last one that you would pick would be the you lose the game part. So you play all 3 other modes, and then before you're about to lose the game, you're like, hey opponent, catch, right? And you throw them Demonic Pact, and then they if they don't have a way of getting rid of it, they lose the game. So pretty fun. And then there's just a whole bunch of other. This is in a Yorion / Doom Foretold deck. So it's very much an enchantment control deck around that. So that's what's meant to keep you alive while you assemble your shenanigans to give somebody your awful way of killing them. So there's a bunch of enchantment support, and then a whole bunch of board wipes, right? Just blow it all up. And then I got a sideboard too with for Karn. Karn's in there, so you can grab some artifact fun stuff out of your sideboard. So yeah, what do you guys think?
First, I want to say, fuck me and these wild cards, dude. 70 fucking wild rares? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? What the hell? This is a wild deck. This is crazy. You got 70 wild rares. You got 5 mythics, and then you have 3 uncommons and 2 commons. What?
What
The fuck?
Dude, you gotta make the good stuff for the jank to work. You gotta use some good cards.
Gosh. Anyway, no, I think at the 7. Wait, why does it say 70? That's not right. It shouldn't be 70. I don't know why this number.
Because it's a Yorion deck. So.
Okay.
He has way more than 60 cards.
Yeah.
I got 80.
This is fucking wild, dude. Your converted mana cost, I want to play against it. Your converted mana cost is really high. It's really high in this deck. Do you have? You don't have any ramp either, do you?
No, it's Mardu.
Yeah, I know,
but I do have
artifacts and stuff.
Yeah, I do have Doomscar. So I mean that ramps it up. Some of them are lands and stuff that do it too. But yeah,
I like it.
Converted mana cost is high.
I like it. It looks like a lot of fun. If I don't own these cards though, I am definitely not fucking building this 70 card fucking pile of fucking rare cards, dude. That's crazy. That's sweet though. It's sweet. I'm glad. Do you have one of these?
I mean, besides Harmless Offering, I think I need two more demonic packs and one more 9 lives.
Okay.
To make this work. But other than that, yeah, I have everything.
Sweet, dude.
So
yeah, I like it.
So I consider this the rare deck. Like, this is a rare deck.
Yeah.
It is rare if you can get this deck, because it is 77 rares. Like, that is insane. Sideboard included. I mean, you have less. I've never seen so few, I should say, commons and uncommons.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. You have 2 commons and 1 common in the sideboard. Like,
I'm Gucci, bro. That's how I play, you know?
Fuck me,
Gucci,
dude.
Gucci, bling,
Yeah.
blings, dude.
That's right.
This deck is absolutely ridiculous. You know what I think about this deck? I think you are so mad at everything that's blue. You made the most fuck you blue card ever. Like, blue deck, I should say. Yeah, this is, I can like literally feel like your negativity, hatred, like beaming off of my monitor right now.
Dude?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
This
your
is
deck
such
is like, this
is a fun deck.
is gleaming with hate. Like, just like, I hate counters. I hate Ugin. I hate ultimatums unless I like them. You know, like, it's like you're playing an ultimatum that no one fucking plays. Ruinous ultimatum.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. It fits in the deck, though.
This
It fits with what I'm trying to do.
This is a wild fucking deck, dude. It is wild. I like it. You know, I'm excited to play against it. I hope we get I hope we get a chance. I'll play
for sure.
Gruul aggro, man. I think that is probably going to be one of your worst matchups with something like this, but it looks fun.
It's just Questing Beast. Questing Beast is the only problem that this deck would probably have, because he prevents 9 lives from actually working. But other than that, yeah, Grog ain't nothing.
We'll see. Time will tell.
Oh, goodness. All right, do you guys have anything else to say before we move on?
Sweet deck, dude. Good job.
Thanks.
All right. So unlike Hoshi, well, I guess like Hoshi, I did Mardu as well. I did not have so much anger and frustration and jank 9 inches rock hard like you were, dude. I went with Death Shadow. You know, everyone's talking about it, Death Shadow. Is this deck going to be a thing? I don't know. I think it could. I think this is definitely a tier 2 deck list for sure. So I built a Death Shadows deck. So how does Death Shadow work? Well, it's pretty good in Modern. And what you want to do is purposely lose life to make Death Shadow as big as possible, as early as possible. As we've stated in a previous episode for the set review, Death Shadow is a 1-mana creature avatar 13/13, and it gets -X/-X, where X is your life total. So what you're trying to do is lose as much life as possible, and all the creatures and all the instants and sorceries, everything that you're trying to utilize, make sure that that happens, and you have a winning game plan. So we have some creature suites in form of protection, like Selfish Savior. We have some early aggressive creatures, like Knight of the Ebon Legion. Obviously, we have Death Shadow once our life total is low enough. But how are we losing life here? So we have Thoughtseize, we have Dire Tactics, we have Adanto Vanguard, we have Shatterskull Smashing, we have Agadeem's Awakening, we have Final Payment, and obviously we have the Shocklands. Now, the biggest controversy here was that there is 0 fetch lands, and so a lot of people are saying this deck cannot work. I would like to disagree, because that we have the dual face modal lands, which essentially do Lightning Strike. Getting that 3 life down can be actually pretty relevant, and I'm very interested to see how this deck plays out. Obviously, we have something like Dreadhorde Arcanist as a alternate, win con. It's a very powerful card. Being able to pull stuff from your graveyard is pretty relevant. And then we also have Scourge of the Skyclaves as just a pseudo worse Death Shadow. So, that is the deck. I did not make a sideboard for it. So, Drunken, what about you? What do you think about this deck?
I think it looks pretty sweet. You know, in 3 colors at aggro, it's kind of scary because that's generally not something you want to be doing, especially with like the 1 and 2 drops, right? Like it is, I guess, mostly black. It looks like, and so you know, with the mana base like shows that, and yeah, I mean for the most part it shows that, and yeah, I mean, it looks scary though. I'm very curious how Death Shadow is going to perform in Historic because, like I said when we were doing the spoilers, you know, I really don't think it's going to make as big of an impact in Historic as a lot of people have been hoping. But like I said, I hope I am proven wrong. I always want to be proven wrong on something, and I hope this is true. It looks sweet though. I really like Adanto. I think Adanto is such a fucking sweet card. I always like seeing in decks. Like, it's super good in white weenies. So whenever I see it in another deck, I'm always down. It's a great way to lose life. That it's a great add to this deck. So yeah, I mean that's all I have to say. Yeah, it looks good.
Sweet. Yeah, man. Hoshi, what about you?
I don't know. I'm, on the other hand, a little bit skeptical about this. I do think Death Shadow could be strong. I think that it's lacking just in Historic some of the stuff that makes it stronger in the other formats. Like, there's nothing that gives trample in here, which is a problem for like a lot how heavy the creature meta is right now. So something like Elves, this is going to have a horrible time against because it's not going to be able to get through like the tokens. The Dreadhorde Arcanist, I like in theory. I don't know if you have a way of buffing him up, because it looks like the only thing that he'll be able to cast is Thoughtseize from the graveyard.
I originally had Claim the Fame, and I trimmed it out to just make more 4-ofs and stuff, but Final Payment, I think, was the one that I had a 2 of, and I might go back down the 2 for Claim the Fame to be able to buff him up.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say...
I think it's a trample enabler, too.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, he's it's nice that he could Thoughtseize out of the graveyard, but I don't think you need 4 of him for that. And then, yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I like the deck list. I like the Scourge being in there. And the Selfless Savior is pretty cool. Being able to bring stuff back from the graveyard is good. I'm just not sure how it's gonna perform. I almost wish that this could be in like a Coco shell, you know, so that you can pull Death Shadow out of the graveyard, because why not? You're right, it's
just
Historic.
Splash Screen, baby.
Everything just seems to be better with Coco, right? Because like my initial take with Angels was to make it Orzhov, right? Because that's what made sense to me. And then everyone else was just like, just add green. And I was like, that's stupid. And then it turns out to be like one of the top decks in the meta right now. I was like, I was wrong, I guess. Just add Coco. Just add Coco to everything. So maybe a Golgari with Death Shadow. I don't know. You know, maybe that's one of the ways. But it seems like I don't think that you losing life is a problem. You have so many ways of losing life in this deck. I think it's really just making Death Shadow get that connection with the other player is probably going to be the hardest thing that this deck has up against it at this point. I think you totally have enough things to make Death Shadow like a super crazy card for a 1-drop, though. So yeah,
I
like it.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think like as a shell, I think this was like an okay starting point. But yeah, looking at it now visually, I think you're right. We have plenty of ways to lose the life. Now we need to make sure that we get through, right? Like, so
yeah.
I think maybe I trimmed down on some forms of removal, maybe some forms of Dreadhorde Arcanist, if I'm not going to be an Arcanist deck.
Oh,
go on.
I just had a thought. The demonic like wings or whatever, I forget what it's called, that enchantment that you can bring back from your graveyard. It gives it flying, right? And it costs life to bring it back from your graveyard too, so that kind of fits in the theme of it.
Yeah,
I think that would be a great card.
That's a good call. Yeah, it's a great call.
Okay, so it actually was originally in my deck list, but I decided to make it a Lurrus deck, and that's why I took it out.
Okay,
I can't cast it with Lurrus because everything, any permanent has to be 2 or less.
It might be worth it.
So maybe it'd be worth it to take Luris out. And although being able to cast things from your graveyard could be pretty relevant, anything I've ever seen with Luris, I mean, I used to play Rakdos and stuff like that, and Luris decks. Luris usually gets taken care of pretty easily, I've seen.
Yeah.
So maybe getting out Luris and then going with that plan, that because I did love that card. I thought that card was so cool. Demonic Pact, I think it is, or something like that, or I forget.
Yeah, it's something demonic. Yeah.
The advantage of Luris, though, is like you cast it and then you can cast something immediately after you cast it, right? And like if they don't get rid of it, it's like pretty significant. Luris is a fucking bombshell of a card, man. It's
Luris
why it's
good,
played. What?
I was gonna say you can just put Luris in the 60 though, right? It doesn't need to be the companion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
just better to have it as a companion as opposed to 60, like having a 1 in 60th chance of getting it, as opposed to making sure you always get it.
It is. It's just that. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of testing, right? Like this is like a super new strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
So, yeah. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below about Hoshi's like Super Saiyan Gogeta ×4 crazy jank. I hate blue deck. Or my initial thoughts on Death Shadow. We really want to hear from you guys. Please be sure to join our Discord. Obviously, we'll be sure to post all the links at the end of the video, so you can follow us on our Discord chat and we can talk about deck ideas and strategies. So moving on after our main phase.
Hold on, I have a deck.
Oh wait, you do?
Yes.
I thought you're Mr. I don't got decks.
No, I got one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's all good.
All right, well, let's turn it over to DrunkenDork,
right.
and he's going to tell us his deck.
Yeah, no worries. It's in the show notes. You can click on it.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
I was wondering why this other deck was there.
That's Rakdos.
So
Nice.
my deck, it's not too much different from Apollo's. It's just better. So it's going to be Rakdos Death Shadow. Even though I don't think this card is going to do great, I think, like Hoshi was actually saying, what makes something like Death's Shadow really good is Trample, right? Or Double Strike. And what I put in here is Embercleave. And I put 3 of them. I've thought about this already. I don't know if I want to put 4 Embercleave in and maybe 3 Scourge of the Skyclaves. Without this being out right now, it's hard to know. But basically, I got 4 Death Shadow. This is a Death's Shadow. This is a new card that came out for Fulmar Knight, which I really like this card because it has a draw on it. And not only do you get a draw, but you get to lose a life when you do it. And I really like this because you want to be able to draw into your Death's Shadow or your whatever the hell it's called, the Embercleave. And then I got a Glint Sleeve Siphoner, also another way to draw and lose life. Croak's in here because Croak's is a fucking bomb. Murderous Rider, because you can destroy things and lose life. And then what I like about Murderous Rider is if you lose too much life, you can start gaining life again with Lifelink. Rankle, once again, losing life, getting in for damage, making your opponent discard cards, sacrifice creatures, draw cards. I think this is just it's an amazing card. I love playing it anytime I can. And then Scourge of the Skyclave, of course, because, if I'm going to make a fucking Death Shadows deck, I might as well put Scourge of the Skyclaves in it.
Yeah.
And then everything else is pretty much just mana based. Like Paulo said, I put these Lightning Bolt lands in. I put 3 of the Agadeem's Awakening in here. Because it is only Rakdos, I feel like the mana base, you can be a little more generous with this type of stuff. I put 4 Blood Chief's Thirst, the 3 Embercleave, like I said, The Shatter Skull Smashing, which is another one of these Lightning Bolt lands, and then 4 Thoughtseizes, because you can't play Rakdos without Thoughtseizes, and you can't play Death Shadows without Thoughtseizes. And then the rest is just the mana base, which is perfect. No, that is the deck. I put 2 Castle Empress in. Apparently, no, I put 2 Castle Lockwains in because Castle Lockwain also loses you life. And at the end of the day, this is an aggro deck. And that's what I'm trying to do. And like, I think the good thing about Foulmire Knight is, or Foulmire Knight, however the fuck you say it, is it has Death Touch. So a lot of times people don't like attacking into that. And they also don't like blocking it. So this card actually does a lot of work in the decks that I put it in. What do you all think? Hoshi.
First of all, 20 mythic rares in this one, so.
Oh yeah, baby! I loaded up those mythics.
That is a lot of mythics in a deck, and then 28 rares.
28 rares too.
Yeah. So heavy. Also, yours not super budget friendly either, there, bub. But yeah, I mean, this is great. I like the Embercleave inclusion in here, and the problem I see with that, I guess, maybe is not a lot of creatures to maybe be able to make it cheap enough to get it onto Death Shadows, but maybe I'm wrong there. I don't know. It seems like you do have quite a few creatures, but there's a lot of control in here too. 4 Rankles is a lot for a legendary creature like that.
Yeah,
I would maybe drop like at least one of those and throw some other creature in there, because I could see having 3 of those in your hand and being like, nah. You know. Yeah. Croxa, I mean, yeah, this is just a great. Rakdos is very strong in Historic right now, so it's a good Rakdos shell, I feel like. And you know what? When I play Rakdos players, they do a lot of damage to themselves. So I think Death Shadow is just great in this kind of deck because they can take advantage of how much damage they do to themselves. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. There's not a lot in here that I would that I could really criticize. I think it's a pretty straightforward Rakdos deck. Maybe just take out a Rankle.
Maybe take out a few cards. Splash green. I mean, it's pretty much black, splash red, splash green. Add in 4 Cocos, and we're good. Call it a deck, right?
Exactly. Now you know what? Now you're talking, dude. Okay. See, wait, this is now you're making decks, dude. Now you're making mythic decks. That's
okay. I like it.
You're literally making mythic decks. With 20 mythics.
You know, mythic wildcards are way easier for me to obtain. I have like 10 mythic wildcards right now. I have 0 rare wildcards right now. 0.
Yeah. I feel like I go back and forth with them, but yeah. Sometimes you have like 10 mythics and you're like, I just don't have anything to spend. 0 rares. Yeah.
I always have no rares.
Yeah.
It's constant for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this deck. Your deck is more incremental loss of life compared to mine. I feel like my deck is definitely trying to lose life as quickly as possible. Yours has a game plan, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D kind of thing going on. You have a lot of incremental forms of life loss, and I do like it. It's an interesting way to take Death Shadow. I think in that kind of form, like in that shell, Rakdos fits that the best as opposed to Orzhov. Something that I wanted to mention when I was talking about my deck, it's a lot of people on the internet right now, they don't know if they should do Orzhov or Rakdos or go all in with Mardu. And I think this is a really good shell for Rakdos, for sure. As Hoshi has stated, Rakdos has great ways of losing life naturally. But there is some inconsistencies that I actually don't like, and that is the Murderous Rider. Murderous Rider is so good for its adventure side. However, its creature side, I don't know if you're ever going to really cast it. unless Death Shadow is not on the battlefield because of the lifelink.
Yeah. I mean, it could.
It's a little bit of a numbo.
My only thought process behind that is like you aren't going to draw a Death Shadow, in every game, right? And I do have
exactly.
For Black and Red, I do have like quite a bit of card draw in here, and without sacrificing creatures, of course. But yeah, that is the point of it. Is like this does have a lot of life loss in it, and I want to help myself mitigate that in a different type of game.
Now,
I think that.
No. Say what you're gonna say, Hoshi.
Oh, I was gonna say I think that is smart because like if you play against a burn deck and you're like shocking the hell out of yourself, you're dead. Like the burn deck is a real bad matchup for this. Also, I think Gruul has a really because Gruul runs stomps and all those kind of things. Yeah, so I think Gruul would actually be really strong against this deck as well. Those two types of aggressive can go face type strategies are a real bad matchup for this kind of deck. If you're so maybe the life gain could minimize that a little bit, but I still think it would be a hard matchup.
I think the point that I'm trying to make is just like the way that I built my Teamer Aetherworks Marvel deck. You can't go all in on the combo, which I do like that you did on this deck. You're more of like a more refined version of the deck. So, but the only problem with that is, which I don't find it necessarily a problem, it's just you got to shift gears a lot, right? Mm-hmm. You got to shift gears. Are you on Death Shadow mode, or are you on like Rakdos, like discard and control hand disruption mode? And you just got to like be able to correctly shift those gears very quickly. Like I said, like something like my Teamer Aetherworks Marvel, okay, fuck the combo. I'm just going to go into attrition and value, right? Like, so that's where I see this. So, maybe Murderous Rider, that's where it would fit for sure in your version, but definitely in my version, I don't think so. I'm more like all in on the Death Shadow. Other than that, I completely like the deck. I mean, Embercleave is super powerful, but I am wondering if you have enough creatures to make sure it happens.
I mean, it's almost all creatures. So if you look at the instants and sorceries, actually a lot of them are lands. So Agadeem's Awakening is a land, and
right. Yeah.
So
I'm seeing all that, but they don't have the like haste benefits that Gruul has.
They don't.
Right? So that is like a downside I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do like them. I don't know. Maybe I would have 2 Embercleaves and shave off 1 Rankle to get 2 forms of removal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I like that.
Other than that, I think the list is pretty refined. I do like Rankle because that he actually can sacrifice himself, which could be pretty relevant. So that's actually pretty important considering he is legendary. So maybe just having a 3 of, because like what Hoshi said, so they're not just sitting in your hand. You have a 3 of, your odds are better, and he can sacrifice himself, and then free up and get some more removal spells. Maybe. But yeah. Other than that, I really love the list. I really like also, final thought, Castle Lochthwain. That's something I don't have. And that is an amazing card. I should have Castle Lochthwain.
It loses life, dude.
Yeah, it's a great card, and it was, dumb I don't have it. It's a really great. I should have that as a land for sure.
I told you, perfect mana base.
That's land.
Perfect. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Sorry. I was getting all like Albert Einstein on you, but
no.
I mean, I love Death Shadow, man. I really think it's a cool idea, and I really want to see it work. So
yeah.
Have you considered Muxus?
Oh my god, I fucked up, dude. I did not add Muxus. I think what I need to do is add Muxus, and then I need to add a couple elves, and then I can ramp with my elves into fucking Muxus, and then from there, I'll cast an Ugin, and then I'll just destroy all my own stuff. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah, I think that's solid.
Yes.
I think that's the deck. I think that's the deck.
Tibble's trickery as well.
Yeah.
Ulamog.
Yeah, I'm leaving out the big guns here.
We're idiots. I thought we were trying to play Magic. All right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, unless you guys have anything else to say, we'll move on.
Oh, no.
I can always say more nonsense.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
cool. Well, that was our new brews for the Anthology 4 set. Let us know in the comments below. Do you guys have any ideas? What decks are you guys brewing for the new historic upcoming meta? And if there's any changes that you want to make to any of our 3 decks, please let us know in the comments below. If you are listening on wherever you get your podcasts, be sure to click the link in the description to be followed to our YouTube. We would love it if you guys can give us a subscribe. Click that bell notification so that way you guys are always updated on our videos every single week and our gameplays and set reviews. Moving on, we go into our end step. And that is anything else that we've been doing this week, but this pod has been running a little long, so we're going to skip it. I think you guys have already been informed on how stupid and silly we have been this week. So, going on to our final 2 stages, our cleanup and discard. That is just social media promo. Once again, if you're viewing us on our YouTube, you will see everything popped up right now. And now we go into our discard, where we finish whatever we've been drinking. Oh
baby.
my god.
Oh man,
This is not good. This is not good.
Oh.
This is empty.
That is good. Oh, that's not
No,
good.
it's not.
Oh, no, that's very good.
This is
Yeah,
great.
this is
Yeah,
good.
this is beyond, you're right. It's not good.
It's
It's
good.
great.
Yeah,
This is a whole beer.
that's exactly. Yeah, I like where your head's at. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
All right,
drink
try
it
it.
all, bitch. Drink it all.
Thank you. Yeah. And keep it on. Keep it on for those posts.
Yeah.
For editing.
Yeah, we
right,
we
see you all
gotta
next
you gotta
week.
see it, Ed. All
Cheers,
right.
everyone.
Cheers, guys.
See how well he opens his throat there? It's really quite beautiful. It's magnificent. Really, it's like a gift. Oh, God.
It's the technique. His technique is flawless. Oh, yeah. That's a 10. He stuck the landing right there. It's beautiful. Mwah. Mwah.